Okay. Hello, I'm Lisa Twilley. I'm the director of the Women's Business Center here at Maryland Capital Enterprises. And just to let you know a little bit about what we do, we assist entrepreneurs that are getting started in business or if they're already in business and trying to expand. We do business consulting, marketing consulting, small business loans. We do different workshops such as this. Most of our workshops are free. We do have a new Women's Business Center website, so I'm excited about that, and I will put the website in our chat, so that way you have access to it. Also, if you're on Facebook, please be sure to like us on Facebook. We have two Facebook pages, one for Maryland Capital Enterprises and one for the Women's Business Center as well. So today we have Vashti with us. Vashti Pyatt. Am I saying your name right, Vashti?
Vashti Pyatt.
Vashti, I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. And she is the outreach coordinator for the Office of Small and Minority Business Policy. And then we have Pam Gregory, my special friend, Pam, who is the Chief of Staff at the Governor's Office of Small Minority Women Business Affairs and Director of Administration at the Governor's Office of Community Initiatives. She has a long title. Did I get it all, Pam?
Got it all.
Okay. So I'm going to turn it over to these beautiful ladies. And if anybody, well, as people get on, I'll take, like, if we take a break for questions, they can either just unmute themselves or you can wait till the end and put it in the chat, however you'd like to do it, Vashti.
All right. Sounds good.
Right.
So I remember, I don't know if I went first, Pam. Did I go first or did you go first? I went first. Okay, great. All right, so let's get started. I have a 15-minute presentation, so I will not be before you all long today. So let me get my screen set up. All right. Can everyone see my screen? Okay, perfect. All right, so as you all know, my name is Vashti Pyatt. I am the outreach coordinator for the Office of Small and Minority Business Policy. And today I'm just going to talk a little bit about our MBE, DBE, ACDBE, and our SBE application and the application process. So just a little bit of background info. So the Maryland Department of Transportation is the official certification agency for the state of Maryland. So it is the oldest in the country and it was established in 1978. It is also the largest MBE program in the country as well. And along with that, we are also one of the most aggressive programs in the nation with the MBE participation goal of 29%. And that's going to include contract sub-goals as well. So as I mentioned, you heard me say all those acronyms. So we have 4 types of certification. So we have MBE, which is state-funded contracts. We have our DBE, which are federally funded contracts through USDOT. So that's going to be with State Highway Administration, Maryland Aviation Administration, and Maryland Transit Administration, along with some metropolitan planning organizations. And then following that, we have our ACDBE, which is our Airport Concessions Disadvantaged Business Enterprise. And that's going to be with Maryland Aviation Administration. And then finally, we have our SBE, which is our Race and Gender Neutral certification, which is also related to the USDOT federal contracts administered by SHA, MAA, and MTA. Now, we are all about, allowing our firms to have access and opportunities to our contracts. So we want to make sure that our firms have greater exposure to government and private sector contracting opportunities. So once you are a certified firm, your name, your firm's name, as well as your information, references are going to be posted on your profile, which is going to be part of our directory of certified firms. So our directory currently has over 7,000 firms and is used by everyone. So government agencies, private sector companies, any contractors or consultants that are looking for MBEs to participate on a contract, they're going to be utilizing our directory. So it's very, very important that when you are certified as an MBE, you are aware that you're accessible to a number of different contractors and agencies and different firms. So that's one of the benefits of being certified with MDOT. Now, another benefit is that the application is completely free. There is no cost to maintain the certification at all. It is completely free. Now, I do want to go over a little bit about who does what in government purchasing. So we have 3 layers, as I like to say. So first we have the state agency, then we have the prime and the general contractor, and then we have the subcontractor. So with the state agency, they're the ones who advertise the solicitation. They award the contract to the prime contractor, and then they pay the prime contractor. So then next we have our prime and general contractor. So they're the ones who bid on the complete contract. They work for the state agency and they pay the subcontractors. Now, for finally, the subcontractors, they're the ones that bid on a portion of that contract and they work directly for the prime or that general contractor. Okay, so now I'm just going to talk a little bit about the certification eligibility. So we have 5 eligibility standards. This is in no particular order. We have size, personal net worth, control, minority status, and ownership. So all of these are considered when you are applying for certification with MDOT to become MBE, DBE, ACDB, or SBE. Now with ownership, you have to be, your small business has to be at least 51% independently owned. So again, your small business has to be at least 51% independently owned and controlled by one or more socially and economically disadvantaged individuals. So you have to show proof that you are a US citizen or a permanent resident. Your ownership must be real and substantial, and your firm must be headquartered in Maryland, and it must be in good standing with the Maryland Department of Assessments and Taxation. Now, minority status is another eligibility standard that we look at, and you must fall into the presumed groups that are socially disadvantaged. So we're going to have women, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Native Americans, Asian Pacific Americans, subcontinent Asian Americans, and for our MBE program, disabled persons. Now, if you are a woman, if you are an ethnic woman, you will be duly certified. So again, if you are an ethnic woman, you will be duly certified when completing the certification. Now, if you are not in any of the groups that I mentioned before, you will have the opportunity to prove that you are socially and economically disadvantaged. Now, this is not an easy process. However, you will have the opportunity to prove that you are socially and economically disadvantaged if you are not in the list that I mentioned before. Now, control. So minority owners, this is very, very important. So with control as it relates to the eligibility standards, the minority owner must have an overall understanding of and managerial and technical competence and experience directly related to what they are trying to get certified in. So this is all related to the NAICS code and what your business does. You have to have the understanding, managerial, and technical competence, as well as experience in that field. Now with MDOT and doing the certification process, we certify businesses in that specific area of work based on the NAICS code. So that's going to be the North American Industry Classification System. So that is what we use to certify firms. So for more information, I have posted the link for the census website for you to look more into those NAICS codes and those standards that they look for when you want to put the NAICS codes when you're applying for certification. So it's a very, very good resource for you to use so that you have a better understanding on what your business would classify under. All right, now we have personal net worth. So this is also known as the personal financial statement. So this is going to evaluate your economic disadvantage. So each minority must submit a personal net worth. So each certification has a PNW, personal net worth cap. So for ACDBE and DBE, it's about $1.3 million. Now for the MBE cap is adjusted on an annual basis. So currently it is $1,788,667. And that is, again, that is adjusted on an annual basis. Now, I do want to mention that P&W does not include the applicant's personal residence or the value of the applicant's business. So again, when you are calculating your personal net worth, or you are preparing your personal financial statement, the calculations do not include the applicant's personal residence or the value of the applicant's business. And I have documents that I can provide that give more explanation on personal net worth and guidelines on how to fill that out. So I'll definitely provide that for you all as well. Now, finally, we're going to talk about size. So this is the last thing that they look at for the eligibility standards for certification. So the applicant firms must be small as it relates to SBA size standards. And again, those size standards are determined by the industries based and their NAICS codes. So again, you can use a census website for a resource, but you can also use SBA.gov as a resource as well to give you more explanation and clarification on those size standards. Now, firms seeking DBE certification, which is our disadvantaged business enterprise certification, must not exceed the DBE size standard of $26.29 million. So if you are looking for DBE certification, you cannot exceed the size standard of $26.29 million. All right, so now one of the most important parts is the process. So what to do, what to expect. So I'm just going to cover a little bit about the certification process and a few things to remember when you are going through the application process. So it is a 4-step process. We have the application process, the investigation, the evaluation, and the determination. Now, for the application, you have to submit an application with all supporting documents. We highly recommend, especially now, to submit an online application. Hard copy versions are still accepted, but it's just a lot easier for you as the applicant when you are completing the application, and the online version serves as a triple check. So if you happen to leave any blanks on the hard copy version, it will be marked as incomplete and it will delay the process. So we always highly recommend everyone to complete their applications online. We have a brand new online portal that is user friendly. So we just ask that you try to use the online portal to submit your application. And then after you submit the application, we will have there will be an investigation. So this is where an MBE officer will come and review the entire application package that you submitted, and they will conduct an on-site interview. So that's going to be virtual currently right now. So they're going to do an on-site interview just to make sure that everything that's on your application lines up with what your business does. So they're going to do a job site visit, on-site visit. So make sure that you have an area that is specified for your business and that you're able to prove that you are in business and that you have space and items designated for your business. So just want to point that out. That's one of the main things that they look for, along with a lot of other things. So there are going to be a lot of other findings and documents that they will request when they complete that investigation. And third, we have the evaluation. So this is going to be where the MBEAC, also known as the MBE Advisory Committee, will review that report from that investigation, and they will evaluate whether that firm needs to meet with them to, for them to ask additional questions. They might see something on the application or in the investigation that might, I wouldn't say alarm them, but they just want to know more information that wasn't provided in the application or that investigation. So this doesn't happen for everyone. It's not required for everyone, but just be prepared that you will go through an evaluation process, and it may include the MBEAC committee. And then finally, you will have the determination where the MBEAC chairperson will issue a written determination to whether you have been denied or whether you have been accepted. So if you are denied, they will let you know exactly why you were denied, and they will also give you further information on how to move forward. So yes, you are able to reapply, but they will give you specific instructions on, hey, this is what you were missing, or this is what we found, or they will give you a very detailed explanation as to why you were denied, and also further information on how you can reapply. Now, for any firms that are out of state, you must be certified in your home state before applying in Maryland. So again, if you are an out-of-state firm, you must be certified in your home state before applying in Maryland. Now, the application. So this is going to relate to the hard copy or the online copy. I'm going to focus on the online copy just to, because we're really just trying to push this online presence. So when you are completing the application online, we have a portal, but the portal is very, I don't know how to say this. The portal works really well with Google Chrome. With Safari and Internet Explorer, it seems to have a little technical issues that we're still working on, but we always tell people to utilize Google Chrome because it is very friendly with our online portal. Now, again, if there is something on the application that does not apply to you, please do not leave it blank. Simply put NA or does not apply. Again, if there is anything on the application that does not apply to you, do not leave it blank. Just put NA or does not apply. Now, the application is also available in Spanish, Korean, Chinese, and Mandarin on the federal government's US DOT website for anyone who needs it. And we also have a link right here that I'm pointing to that will direct you to any additional forms or certification forms that you might need just to get a head start or get familiarized with what they're going to ask you for. So I have posted the link here where I have listed all of our certification forms for you to see and review before you submit the online application. Now, I also want to mention with the online application, once you create that portal, you will have 60 days to complete the entire application process. Now, when it comes to submission, usually we say it takes 3 months, but due to COVID and a lot of people not being in the office, we want to say 90 to 120 days. So 90 to 120 days to go through the entire application process. As I mentioned before, it takes an average of 3 months, but due to COVID, I do want to say 90 to 120 days. And as I mentioned earlier, any delay in certification is going to be due to an incomplete application. So also on the certification and forms, there's also a list, there's a checklist. So whatever business entity you're in, so it can be a LLC, a sole proprietorship, or anything of that nature, there will be a checklist for all the documents that are needed when you complete the application. So let me see. Okay, one last thing, two more things actually. So once you have completed the entire process, this is going to be one of the most important things that you do. So it's going to be the online annual certification review. So once you have done the certification process, on the anniversary date of your certification, you will get a notice from MDOT that will give you a 10-digit passcode. So this passcode is going to be used to update your profile on the directory to make sure that everything is up to date. You are still within the eligibility standards of the certification, whether you're MEE, DBE, ACDBE. This is going to make sure that you are still within those requirements. So this is very important. They will give you instructions on how to do it. Once you get that passcode, you will go to your profile on the directory, enter that passcode, and upload and update any information that you need. Now, I do want to say this: if you do not complete this online annual certification review, you will lose your certification. And I don't want that to happen to anyone after you've done all this work. So make sure that you are on the lookout for that 10-digit passcode. But I also tell people to put a reminder in their calendar for your anniversary date, because sometimes there are some errors where that they don't receive that 10-digit passcode. So I also want to make sure that you don't miss that deadline. So make sure this is very important. Don't want you to miss out on this online annual certification. So just make sure you look out for that 10-digit passcode and set a reminder for yourself. Okay, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the Small Business Enterprise Program. So as I mentioned earlier, This program is race and gender neutral. So it was created to provide prime contracting opportunities to small businesses. So to prevent any like bundling or anything of that nature, it is created for prime contracting opportunities. So that's going to be with the SHA, that's going to be with MTA, and that's going to be with the Aviation Administration as well. So these are federal prime contracting opportunities, and we just want to make sure that there's no issue with bundling. So I do want to talk about some of the standards for the SBE program. They're a little bit different than MBE, DBE, and ACDBE. So as I mentioned earlier, it's race and gender neutral. You must be small as defined by the SBA, the Small Business Administration. Your firm's average gross receipts cannot exceed the US DOT size standard of $26.29 million. Again, you have to be at least 51% of the firm's ownership, must not exceed the P&W cap of $1.32 million. Your firm must be organized for profit, and you must be a US citizen or a permanent resident. Do want to mention that if you are currently MDOT DBE certified, so if you are certified as a disadvantaged business enterprise, you are automatically certified as a small business enterprise. Now, I do want to mention before I close that with this application, if you are a small business, you can still apply. If you are a small business, if you are a new business, you can still apply. So I don't want you to think, oh, I need this, this, and this, and this, and this. If you don't have, some of the information or the documents they ask for, that is okay. Our MBE officers will work with you to make sure, okay, this is what you need, or this is going to be accepted. But if you are a brand new business, you are still eligible to apply. Now, I mentioned the OMBE office. So these are the experts. These are the ones who work directly with the applications. And if you have any questions regarding your application, we ask that you contact them directly. So I provided their phone number as well as their email. So their phone number is going to be 410-865-1269. And their email is going to be mbe@mdot.maryland.gov. So you can email them at any time. You can also call their phone number. I do say if you do email them with a request, just make sure that you CC me to make sure that they're able to follow up, and I'm able to make sure that they follow up with your request as well. So that concludes all the info that I have. I'm going to turn it back to you.
Thank you so much, Vashti.
No problem.
Paula, do you have any questions?
I think she answered it because I'm in the process of finishing up my application. So you pretty much answered, the time frame that I had. And will you be providing your phone number? So if I have any questions, I can contact you?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep, I'll provide my phone number and my email. I'll actually put it in the chat right now.
Okay.
Wonderful. Okay.
Thank you.
Nick, did you have anything for Vashti?
I do not, other than, for folks who are here listening, we are here and we have, all kinds of TA that we can help you with these applications, and we can help you find some funding for your businesses as well up here in Baltimore and down in Salisbury. And I'm sure Lisa's going to talk about the great trainings we've got coming up too.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Pam go ahead and speak now so she can just add to what Vashti said and give us some more information.
Good morning. Good morning. Vashti, great presentation as always. I am Pam Gregory. I'm the Chief of Staff in the Governor's Office of Small, Minority, and Women Business Affairs. As a coordinating office of the Hogan administration, the Governor's Office of Small, Minority, and Women Business Affairs connects small businesses to greater economic opportunities. We empower small businesses to compete with confidence in both the public and private sectors by providing resources that build your core competencies, provide access to capital, and develop market and policy insight. Our office is responsible for statewide oversight, monitoring, and compliance of the Small Business Reserve Program, which is the sister program to the Maryland State program, that is the sister program to the Federal Small Business Enterprise Program. We also oversee the Minority Business Enterprise Program, which is again the state program, as Vashti mentioned. Our procurement programs offer both prime and subcontracting opportunities. Vashti mentioned the prime deals directly with the state agency and is paid directly by the state agency. The sub is although the sub submits quotes, they are working directly with the prime contractor, and they are paid by the prime contractor. What our office does is we offer training to help you in that arena, to help you be able to understand what your rights and responsibilities are as a subcontractor, how to read an RFP and submit. We also oversee the small business, as I mentioned, the Small Business Reserve Program, which is a self-certifying program that you register through the eMaryland Marketplace website. eMaryland Marketplace is where, eMaryland Marketplace Advantage is where all state agencies and some of our county agencies put up their procurements. Any procurements that they want out on the street that they are looking to procure for their particular state agencies are listed there. You can go and register there and see what opportunities are going to be available for you. My suggestion is always, once you start your business or once you register your business with the state, to go ahead and register through the eMaryland Marketplace Advantage so that you can see what state agencies are going to buy what you service. Some industries, the state does not buy. So there could be some things that you do as a small business that the state does not buy. So that your customer would not directly be the state. So that lets you know that you should be marketing your business to prime. Because sometimes, as I mentioned, the state doesn't buy certain services. It is good to know what the state is buying. On our website, which is gomdsmallbiz.maryland.gov, which I'll also put in the chat, we have what is called procurement forecasting. What that does is that shows you what may be coming down the pike at a later date. I suggest, and I say this all the time, is that I would go to the MBE directory, see what businesses are doing what you do, see who their state customers are or who their prime customers are. Because A, that's your competition, but you also get to see who you would be dealing with. Those are the people that you want to send your capability statements to. You want to identify within the state and even outside of the state, who is buying what you sell. Do your research so that you're not sending a capability statement to 70 state agencies. 70 state agencies are not going to buy what it is that you sell or utilize your services. A lot of times we focus our efforts on state agencies that may not be buying from us. And then we become frustrated in the process, but it is because we are marketing to the wrong customer. Find out who your customer is and then market directly with them. Send your capability statements to those people. Again, look at those primes that are going to be able to utilize your service. Send your capability statements to those primes. On our website, we offer a lot of training to help you be able to navigate the procurement process. I suggest you go to the website and sign up for those free training. They're very helpful in how to do business with the state. The state is a very unusual animal. And if you don't understand the process, it can be very frustrating. Knowledge is power. The people over at MDOT in the office of the MBE are great resources. They understand the MBE process. They are the experts. Vashti knows the process. I know the process. At one time, I supervised the intake unit over at MBE. So I do understand the process. But those are the people that you should be getting your questions answered by, because they deal with it every day. There's a lot of misinformation out in the minority community on the process. You do not have to pay anyone. And I say this all the time, you do not have to pay anyone to help you with the application. The MBE office has training that they do once a month on Tuesday. Wonderful, wonderful training. I suggest if you are going through the process that you just sign into one of those classes. When you are ready to put your application together, sign up for one of those classes, because they can alleviate and answer questions that you may have about the process. It is a daunting process because it is a lot of information that you have to put together, but it's a very easy process and simple once you understand how the process goes. So with closing, I just want to say, go to our website. There's a lot of information on our website. There are a lot of trainings that we offer for the various programs that we oversee. We oversee the Veterans Program. We oversee the Small Business Reserve Program. We oversee the MBE program. Last year, there were $1.1 billion in payments made to minority businesses within the state. There's $547 million in payments made to the Small Business Reserve Program, and 31 million made to the Veteran Small Business Enterprise Program. So these programs are valuable tools if you want to grow your business in the state procurement arena. So I would definitely recommend going out there and doing that. I thank Lisa all the time because she always invites me. I enjoy talking to small businesses. These programs work. There are programs that graduate out of the MBE program every year, which means that those businesses have grown large enough that they are now able to sustain themselves and stand on their own as prime businesses in Maryland. It is a tried and true program which stands as one of the premier programs across the country. If you have an opportunity to apply, get certified, it works. So with that, thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you. Thank you both so much. We appreciate it. Paula, do you have any questions for Pam?
I just need your phone number and your name.
Okay.
So if I have any questions, I'll be able to contact you because I've been in business since I think 2017, and it's been a trying time because my truck broke down, and so it's like I'm back, trying to get started again. It didn't really break down. I brought a lemon, and it was really, because I guess I was a woman that took advantage of me, you know what I mean? And I really didn't know what I was doing, but I do now. I learned a lot, so I'm trying to get back and up and running, and one day I'll be the one that's graduating from this.
That's right.
Exactly. You most definitely will.
I believe that.
Well, that's what I
Most
love about
definitely
these
will.
ladies, because they're so great about giving out their number and taking the time to work with individuals like yourself. And that's why I just love them, because not everybody is that passionate about it and passionate about helping people. So we appreciate you ladies.
Yes, I really thank you guys. Thank you.
Now, Paula, you're already a client of MCE Women's Business Center, correct? Or MCE?
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
so. Okay, because I was like, I know her name.
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, we do have a few other classes coming up. This week we have how to turn your side hustle into a business. And that is on Thursday at 12:30. It's via Zoom with Jim Peterson. He is Vice President of M&T Bank.
Oh, okay.
Send me the link for that.
I will.
Okay.
And then there's also next week as how to use YouTube for your business.
Oh, wow.
That's next Thursday, and I'll send you the link I'll send you
Okay.
the link if you want that too.
Mm-hmm.
And then also I'll send out an evaluation to you, Paula, if you don't mind filling that out for us. It's how we get future grant money.
Okay. I will.
For that. So
All right. Yes, I will.
Donna, did you have any questions?
No, I just thought this was a really thorough training, and I was so glad, Ms. Gregory, when you made the point about that there are free resources out there that nobody needs to pay for anything. So
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
I 100% salute you for that, because that is so true, and I think so many people just don't know that.
Right. And a lot of people are taken advantage of. I understand that people charge, $1,000 or more to fill out an application. And in some cases, they falsely guarantee certification. They cannot, no one can guarantee you that you will be certified. Now, as Vashti mentioned, you have to show that you control and understand your business.
Yes.
If you do not, you may not be ready. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't get certified in particular NAICS codes, but you should be certified initially in those NAICS codes that you understand. You can expand into wherever you would like to go after you're certified. But if you do not understand a particular industry, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be certified in that NAICS code. So why not wait until you get that experience under your belt and then expand into those additional areas? When you start your business, when you make that decision to start a business, those are the things that you're passionate about. Those are the things that you get certified in, because those are the things that you're going to do well. If you are selected to participate on a contract, bring your A game to that contract. Do not bite off more than you can chew. If you're not able, if the job is too large and you're not able to do it, unless you can partner with another MBE that's doing the same thing that you're doing, then you're not able to handle that contract. A lot of times, primes deal with people through word of mouth. So if you don't perform well on a contract, then guess what? That's your name, that's your reputation that's out there. So you want to make sure when you are awarded an opportunity to participate on a contract that you're able to do that work.
Right.
That you're not subbing that out to someone that is doing the work for you. The other thing I want to mention, and this is, one of my pet peeves, do not sell your number to a prime. We have a lot of fraudulent things that go on where a prime, dangles something out there and people are like, oh, yeah. There is compliance that is done on contracts. So you definitely don't want to get caught up in anything fraudulent. So in times like this, when state contracts money is tight, people are always looking to take advantage of the less fortunate. Be careful. Guard your certifications. If you have any questions about something, or if a prime approaches you about something, reach out to the MBE liaison at that agency. Those are your contacts. Those are the people, the experts within those agencies, procurement experts within those agencies that can answer all of your questions. You have a question, answer it. The only stupid question is the question you don't ask. We say that all the time.
That's
So,
right.
if this system works, it is proven it works. So again, I get off of my soapbox. I need to stop.
Thank you so much. Vashti, are you going to make the slides available?
Yes, I'll send them to you. Yep.
Okay.
And I just want to make note, as Pam mentioned earlier, I can't believe I totally forgot it, but we do offer, a workshop first Tuesday of every month. And it's a lot longer than what I, said to you all today. The workshop is usually about 2 hours long, because we have a resource guest who, provides you with additional information, but we also go into a lot more detail about the application process. So all those dates, I can also send that to you as well, Lisa. They're also on our website. It's a very quick sign up on GoToWebinar, and it's really simple. They send you reminders when the application workshop is about to happen. But yes, we do offer that on the first Tuesday of every month. And from time to time, I think it's 4 times during the year, we do it twice in one day. And I'm also the person who does that webinar as well. So hey, if you need anything, just definitely let us know. Feel free to contact us and we'll be happy to help.
Awesome. I'll be glad to send those dates.
Lisa, jump in one time to say that I know that Vashti was promoting the online application process. I think that is the best way to submit your application. I am 100% for the online process. What it does is it does not allow you to submit your application until it is complete. A lot of times with a paper application, you submit your application, someone has to come in the office, they go through the application, and then they communicate with you documents that are missing. So that process adds to the time it takes to get your application into an investigative officer's hand. So when you submit your application online, although there may be things that are needed additionally, you cannot submit an application until the application is 100% complete. So I always promote that online application process. You have a valid email address. Everyone is in the 21st century. We check our emails all day. So there's an immediate contact with you. So I recommend doing that as well.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much for joining, Paula. I'll be sure to send you the link for our other classes coming up beyond the as well. It takes you right to the education page on our website.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and a belated Happy Mother's Day to everybody, too.
Yes.
Thanks,
Thank
Donna.
you. Thank you.
Oh,
Take
take
care.
care.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Bye-bye.